1 Kings chapter 3. And Shlomo joined in marriage with Pharaoh, sovereign of Mitzrayim, and took the daughter of Pharaoh, and brought her to the city of David, until he had completed building his own house, and the house of Yahuwah, and the wall all around Jerusalem. Only the people slaughtered at the high places, for a house for the name of Yahuwah had not been built until those days. And Shlomo loved Yahuwah, walking in the laws of his father David, except that he slaughtered and burned incense at the high places. And the sovereign went to Gibeon to slaughter there, for that was the great high place. Shlomo offered 1,000 ascending offerings on that slaughter place. At Gibeon, Yahuwah appeared to Shlomo in a dream by night, and Elohim said, "Ask what I should give you." And Shlomo said, "You have shown great loving commitment to your servant David my father, as he walked before you in truth and in righteousness, and in uprightness of heart with you, and you have guarded for him this great loving commitment, and did give him a son to sit on his throne, as it is this day. And now, O Yahuwah my Elohim, you have set up your servant to reign instead of my father David, but I am a little child. I do not know how to go out or to come in. And your servant is in the midst of your people, whom you have chosen, a great people, too numerous to be numbered or counted. Shall you then give to your servant an understanding heart to rule your people, to discern between good and evil? For who is able to rule this great people of yours?" And the word was good in the eyes of Yahuwah, that Shlomo had asked this. So Elohim said to him, "Because you have asked this, and have not asked long life for yourself, nor have asked riches for yourself, nor have asked the life of your enemies, but have asked for yourself discernment, to understand right ruling. See, I shall do according to your words. See, I shall give you a wise and understanding heart, so that there was none like you before you, and none like you shall arise after you. And I shall also give you what you have not asked, both riches and esteem, so that there shall not be anyone like you among the sovereigns all your days. And if you walk in my ways, to guard my laws and my commands, as your father David walked, then I shall prolong your days." And Shlomo awoke, and see, it was a dream. And he came into Jerusalem, and stood before the ark of the covenant of Yahweh, and offered up ascending offerings, and made peace offerings, and he made a feast for all his servants. Then 2 women, whores, came to the sovereign, and stood before him. And one woman said, "O my master, this woman and I dwell in the same house, and I gave birth while she was in the house. And it came to be, the 3rd day after I had given birth, that this woman also gave birth, and we were together. There was a stranger with us in the house, only the 2 of us in the house. Then this woman's son died in the night, because she lay on him, and she rose up in the middle of the night, and took my son from my side, while your female servant slept, and laid him in her bosom, and laid her dead child in my bosom. And I rose up in the morning to nurse my son, and saw he was dead. But I looked at him closely in the morning, and saw he was not my son, whom I had born. And the other woman said, No, but the living one is my son, and the dead one is your son. And the first woman said, No, for the dead one is your son, and the living one is my son. And they spoke before the sovereign. And the sovereign said, The one says, This is my son who lives, and your son is the dead one, while the other says, No, for your son is the dead one, and my son is the living one. And the sovereign said, Bring me a sword. So they brought a sword before the sovereign. And the sovereign said, Divide the living child in 2, and give half to one and half to the other. And the woman whose son was living spoke to the sovereign, for she was overcome with compassion for her son. And she said, Oh, my master, give her the living child, and by no means kill him. But the other said, Let him be neither mine nor yours, but divide him. And the sovereign answered and said, Give the first woman the living child, and by no means kill him. She is his mother. And all Israel heard of the right ruling which the sovereign had rendered, and they feared the sovereign, for they saw that the wisdom of Elohim was in him to do right ruling.